What's up, everybody? This is Laz Alonso, and you're reading and watching Humor Mill Magazine.
The Humor Mill Comedy Entertainment News. This week we're out here with Mr. Actor, big time star now, Mr. Laz Alonso. Laz, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
First question I want to ask you, man, it's been a long road in your journey of being an actor, and the whole world knows that you jumped on Avatar.
Yeah.
But we want to first discuss that journey to get to Avatar.
Okay.
So, what made you decide that you wanted to become an actor?
Wow. It's funny because my entire life I always knew that this was a career that I wanted to do. As a child, I was the only child, and I was reminiscing because LA barely ever gets thunderstorms.
Right.
And recently we had a thunderstorm with thunder and lightning, and I started twittering about my experience with thunder and lightning growing up. I used to be on the roof of my building growing up back in DC, 10 stories up, doing martial arts and fighting all these imaginary human beings and kicking them off the roof right before a thunderstorm, and then the rain would come down and I'd take off my shirt, and that was me like practicing for action films. Like I really felt like, I was Wesley Snipes, or Denzel. So my entire life it was always something that I wanted to do. I didn't know how to do it or how to get there. But it was something that, in my heart I always felt like I had the love for it. And I just followed my heart.
Right. And so what was the first thing that made you know that acting is what I wanted to do when you...
Oh, I did a play in New York. I auditioned for a play. At the time, I had just been going to acting classes. I went to this class called The Spirited Actor. Tracy Moore Marable taught it. And it just really made me feel comfortable about this decision to follow this as at the time it was my hobby. I was working on Wall Street. And so, I was doing the acting thing on evenings and weekends, auditioning for commercials here and there. And I found out about this play through the whole little acting circle. The theater community in New York is real tight-knit. And I auditioned for it, and I got the lead in the play. And then I became, by default, a member of this theater company. It was called the Absolute Theater Company, and we just started doing play after play after play. The productions got bigger and bigger. We started going from off Broadway to off Broadway to off Broadway, and getting write-ups all over the place, and started getting a buzz. And that's when Ralph Lauren's son, Andrew Lauren, found out about us and came to see one of our plays. And he actually optioned one of our plays, which at the time was called Sky, and it ended up becoming G, which was a story about the Great Gatsby, but set in a more modern, urban hip-hop time. And that was my first film, was G.
Right.
Christopher Scott Chereau directed it. Off Broadway, I was the lead in the play, but when it got turned into the film, I didn't have any film credits. So I was another character. I was the beeline, story dude. But it was still a chance for me to get my chops up, and really learn how to perform for the camera, because it's a lot different than performing on stage.
Right.
But that was kind of like my transition from being in the corporate world into following my heart and doing what I love. And from that show also, some of the executives from BET who attended the show saw me and wanted me to come and audition, for one of their shows, which I did and ended up getting. And it just seemed like everything kind of started moving in a direction, just pulling me deeper and deeper into the business. And, thank the Lord, I was able to make some money while I was doing it. So it kind of helped make the transition that much easier as well.
So then you got Constantine, then you get Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
You get, roll after roll after roll is coming.
Yeah.
Before, we won't even get to Avatar yet, but from Constantine to Stomp the Yard to Miracle on St. Anna, you did various different types of roles.
Yeah.
What type of role you feel suits you?
The type of role that I feel the most comfortable in is always going to be, gritty, alpha male, hardcore, just bad guy gone good. It's funny because when I first started off acting, I would always say, I don't want to be the good guy. I don't want, because all my plays, I was always the good guy. And the bad guy always has so much more fun. He got so many more applause. He was just like, so many more laughs. So I was always like, I want to be the bad guy. I want to be the bad guy. And that was when I was doing theater. And now that I'm doing film and I'm constantly the bad guy, now I want to be the good guy. Because in film it's a different thing. It ain't about the laughs. You want to get the girl at the end of the movie.
Right.
You want to ride away in the sunset. So you know, so that's kind of where I'm at now. Is I'm fighting for the good guy roles, and I'm working to battle my way out of, you know, everybody wants to give me bad guy roles, and that's good. It's a blessing, you know, because I'm working and people like to see me, you know, play the antagonist. But after Fast and the Furious, I decided, all right, I need to get a good guy role.
No.
You know, I need to get people cheering for me at least in one film, please.
It had nothing to do with the dance this Christmas.
Oh,
Had nothing to do with this Christmas.
You know, I'm gonna tell you the best thing about this Christmas is that people always, when they see me, at first, even like, you know, women who might not have liked the fact that my character was cheating on Regina King, they still feel vindicated. They feel satisfied at the fact that at the end of the movie, she won. You know, everybody laughs when they see me. They're like, oh, baby oil, you know. So, you know, I'm officially forever the baby oil man, baby oil dude. But it's good. Like, I feel like that movie, one thing that it did do was my character got it in the end. You know, and I felt that was really important. And the studio, you know, had Clint Culpepper and the director, Preston Whitmore. They all wanted this character not to go out like, you know, if you remember Waiting to Exhale, you know, Angela Bassett's character was broken at the end. And that's not where we wanted Regina King's character to be. We wanted her character, you know, to go out on top, you know, and to win this situation. And we did it in a really fun, happy, you know, jovial way.
Right.
You know, so I'll take it. You know, I just make sure when I'm dating somebody, they don't have any baby oil in the bathroom. I learned my lesson.